guys, long time no talk. Welcome to part 2. If you watched part 1 fully, it means a lot to me because I put a lot of time into this video. Can only imagine. We don't have a camera crew. It's just me and Alex basically doing this, and my wife. But yeah, part 2. So what we're going to talk about is all the nitty gritty details of every single part we put on this bad boy. So let's dive into it. I'll just go ahead and do a shameless plug. So you can get all of these parts at bbctrikes.com. We manufacture them all in-house, made in the USA. You can support a small business that's a small team, and we appreciate all your orders. All right, so let's start with the front end. So we've got the billet turbo clamps up here. I've got the oversized handlebar. Got the oversized handlebar clamps with the rubber mounts. This gets rid of all the vibration. Now, we chose to go with the ODI Flight handlebars. We've got a pretty basic clutch lever up here. There's really not a lot going on there. Now, we reused the 400X switches, key switch and indicators. We've got a TRX thumb throttle. We also added a Sierra 450 front brake master with line all the way down to the Sierra 450 brakes. Now, the reason we're running Sierra 450 brakes, they're oversized, they're heavy duty, and we've got the invert forks on here. Now, guys, if you watch Supercross or motocross, I mean, that's basically the style of fork that's on this thing. We did shorten them 3 inches to make them work on the three-wheeler. But yeah, it's unbelievable what these forks do to the front end of your three-wheeler. Now, to make all of that work, we've got an 11-inch front wheel with a front max tire, 23 inches tall. So it's a 23-811. This is a OEM replacement front hub, 4-on-170 bolt pattern. I took this wheel, I custom cut the pockets, just so it looked a little cooler. Lightens it up a little bit. It's a very, very thick center, so it's not going anywhere. I also just want to mention that DWT made the wheels on this build, so shout out to DWT. They also make the wheels for our big wheel kits, so I love DWT. I've been running them for over 20 years. They always take care of us. Now we've got our custom headlight on here, double LED, kind of mimics the OG 350X. This is a custom fabricated frame that's TIG welded. We then smooth the welds out and basically just bolt the lights on, powder coat it the same color as the frame. Kind of makes everything flow nicely. For the fuel tank, Clark. They've been in the business for years. They got us the fuel tank. And the obvious, Mayer, MFG, Mayer USA, whatever you want to call them. They made the plastic for us. We buy a lot of plastic from those guys. Without them, we wouldn't be doing this. Same thing as the wheels. So we have a lot of companies that we rely on. So, I mean, nothing we make actually touches soil, which is kind of funny. So we just rely on the tire manufacturers, the wheels, the plastics. That's really what brings these builds together at the end. I also want to shout out my buddy Randy Cody from New York. He made the graphics. So shout out to him. He didn't have to do that, so really appreciate it. All right, guys, so let's talk about the rear end. We already mentioned DWT for the wheels. We've got the kind of claws in the back. Our customer had requested those tires. Good choice. They look cool. You can get OEM replicas from Servo tires. That probably would have been cooler, but it's okay. We went with those. I think they look pretty cool. They're not bad. But yeah, guys, so TRX 450R conversion rear end. You are not going to run the TRX shock. This actually accepts the 350X shock. So when we did this build, Alex tore that shock apart. He powder coated the spring, did the seal head, bottom out bumper, basically just went through the whole thing, inspected everything on the shock. Got that all rebuilt. And then we installed our TRX 450R conversion BBC swing arm, which is available at bbctrikes.com, along with our TRX 450R anti-fade axle nut. We've got the billet protection right here, so it guards the disc. We also added our sprocket guard on here. And again, this is all TRX 450R. So TRX 450R hubs, TRX 450R axle, all TRX pattern for the rear sprocket, the brakes. So TRX 450R disc, caliper. It's all modern, brand new stuff. This is all available for your 80s Honda 350X. See how, did you get me pulling that? See how hard that came off? That's because I make a nice seat bracket. I already took the pins off, just so you guys know. I'm not like a ninja that did that fast, but yeah. So that's pulled off. Now you can take a look-see at everything else. So again, 400 taillight. Alex made a nice little bracket that tied into the factory mounts. We've got the 400 toolbox. Can pack a lunch, put all your fun accessories in there. Custom intake. So this is printed out of Pat G carbon fiber. I've been running these for quite a few years now. It's a lot better than fabricating them. A lot more consistent flow. And down here, guys, we've got the Electron carburetor. If you watched part 1, which you should, if you haven't, go back and watch it. Got the gold chain on there, heavy duty gold chain. Our swing arm comes with the rear chain guide, which is basically a Yamaha Banshee style. Comes with the front chain block. And again, this is the TRX 450R conversion swing arm, so it's fully gusseted. It's heavy duty, ready for some abuse. I've got the AC Racing grab bar. I still hit up AC quite a bit for components. I did have to cut it on each side and widen it out a little bit. It seemed like it maybe pulled in a little bit, but you're going to have that on fabricated parts. You can't really call the company and complain. You just got to make it work. Lex exhaust, guys. So that was ordered from Rocky Mountain ATV. I wouldn't say it's my favorite exhaust. However, it performs very similar to other ones. It fits really nice. Fit and finish was super nice. Can't complain about it. They have a nice product for sure. Now, as I was saying before, in part 1, we basically pulled all the covers. I did a valve job on this in terms of just pulling the valves, cleaning everything. Everything was in mint shape, but there was a lot of carbon buildup. I think the previous owner wrote it with the choke on. A lot of guys are, they don't want to clean the carburetor, so they just think they can ride with the choke. But yeah, don't do that. So got all that minted out, all fresh gasket seals, case cover gaskets. I went ahead and fabricated all the oil fittings, the lines, made some stainless lines, because you can't really run soft lines up in between the head pipe. That's just not a thing. You're going to melt them. So we've got stainless lines coming down to some soft lines, and then everything is rubber mounted on the oil tank. So let's take a look-see at the oil tank right now. So yeah, there's the return line and then the vent line that goes up to the head. This was all TIG welded. I took the dipstick off the 400 tank. This thing came out amazing. You can kind of see the clearances if you want to do a valve adjustment. Get your spark plug out on the other side, not a problem. Custom skid plate to guard the oil lines from any rocks. Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I'm most proud of the oil system, because even our customer was kind of asking us at the start, and you know, it's really hard when you do these builds. Like, people expect me to have the answers in 5 seconds, and sometimes I just have to get the thing going, start building it, and then I can more or less make the professional decision of where components go. I can't necessarily do that over an email or the phone when the bike's not here yet, but yeah, there's a lot that goes into these builds, so it's really just a step process of building it like a professional, taking your time, and making everything perfect. That's our goal here at BVC. We want to make stuff as perfect as we can. That's our goal. It's also our mission. We ship a lot of parts out all over the world, from big wheel kits to trike kits to custom builds. Don't worry, this one's going to be done shortly. So if you know, you know. We're almost there. We were waiting on parts still. Yeah, not to talk about other things, but we do a lot. This is a very small part of the business, doing restoration work. We haven't really been doing it. We take it on here from time and time again. We take it on here and there when we feel like it. And I felt like doing this build. I thought it was cool. I'm going to answer a couple of obvious questions like, how much? Well, a lot. This stuff's very expensive. It's very time consuming. You guys see the work we do. We put a lot of love, effort, blood, sweat, and tears into these builds, into our parts. Again, everything is CNC machined in-house. Everything's fabricated in-house. So a lot of work goes into these. We powder coat in-house. We used to print graphics in-house, but my print head kind of died on my printer. So my buddy's been kind of hooking me up the last couple of years. Randy's been amazing at getting graphics and stickers printed for us. But yeah, I can't really give you an exact price on these because they vary so much, but let's just say between 20 and 30 grand to do something of this caliber. It's what it is. I don't have to do it. I do it because I love it, you know? But I know there's a lot of guys out there that understand the level of effort that went into this. So it's just one of those things where you're paying like probably 75% of the build is just labor. That's just how it goes. And on top of that, you've got to buy a 400X that's not a pile of crap because we waited. I think he put a deposit on the build. I think we waited like, 6 months to get a bike because we could not find a 400X that wasn't complete shit. And they're just beat up. It is what it is. So we found a mint one. An old man owned it. He was actually just ripping that thing around and it's riding his own property. Probably had like 20 hours on it. The thing was mint. So we bought that. That was the power plant for this project. And yeah, pretty excited about it. The way this works, you head over to bbctrikes.com. You send us an email. Let us know if you want to do a replica build like this, something that's of this caliber. Yeah, got to open up the pocketbook. It's not free to do this. We've got overhead. We've got pan over there. Lots. Got about $1 million of CNC machines to make all this stuff happen. And got to use my brain and my hands for most of it. But yeah, it's very expensive. Let's just say that to build something of this caliber. So you can estimate 25 to 30K for something like this. It's just what it is. And I'm not going to say that's the exact price because aluminum goes up, steel goes up. Sometimes you can't get parts and you got to pay a premium for them. Like getting a just humble yourself. Just take 30 seconds out of your life. Go on eBay, look up a 350X seat if you can find one. If you can find a mint one, they're about $800 to $1,000 just for a seat. So we're in process of trying to reproduce stuff like that, but it just takes years. And that's just how it is. But yeah, guys, not to, I guess, be a downer about the price of it. It's just, you got to pay to play. It's what it is. So none of this stuff is easily obtainable. It's just not. And like I said, blood, sweat, and tears go into these builds. So anyway, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. We're probably going to jump back on the old KTM 300 quad. Now, my customer, he wanted, I guess, a different cylinder head, some tuning, and all the fun stuff. So he finally got those parts to us. He actually wants to change the tires, the wheels, the A-arms. So there's a couple things we got to tweak on that. So I'm going to stop babbling. All right, guys. bbctrikes.com. Hit us up if you want to build like this, and we'll see you in the next one.